What up guys, it's your boy K-Flow. Today I'm going to show you how to check the AC system pressures on your Toyota Tacoma, as well as refill a completely drained system. Let's get this started. For this portion of the diagnostics, you're going to need an air conditioning manifold set. This can be rented from your local auto parts store for free. To set it up, remove the caps on the bottom as you see here. You'll need to connect the red hose to the red side of the manifold and the blue hose to the blue side of the manifold. The yellow hose is connected to the middle of the gauge set. We can now close the manifold itself by rotating the knobs clockwise. Then you can connect the adapters to the respective hose colors. Blue adapter goes to the blue hose and the red adapter goes to the red hose. And take note, make sure you back out the screw valve as you see here, because you can damage the Schrader valves on the AC system. That adapter can be stored on the gauge itself for now, as you see here. The whole manifold is now set up and we could hang it onto the hood latch. Now we can find the low pressure side of the AC system as you see here. It's on the passenger side of the engine bay. We unscrew the cap and install the blue adapter of the AC manifold. This is a quick connect adapter, so you would need to pull that metal collar back to install or uninstall the adapter. Now we can rotate the screw valve clockwise. We do the same thing with the red adapter. The high pressure side is located in between the radiator and the front bumper. We install the adapter and screw the valve clockwise. Note, when you rotate that screw valve, do it as carefully as possible. There should be no resistance on that screw valve. Over torquing will damage the Schrader valves. We can now inspect the gauges, and as you see here, they read 0 and all the refrigerant in the system must have leaked out. Just a warning guys, the following portion of the video, the AC system needs to be completely drained, and if there's still some pressure left, go to your local AC shop and they usually can drain your AC system for fairly cheap, like typically under 50 bucks. So make sure you do that first before you proceed to the following portion of this video. And from this point on, make sure you're wearing safety glasses and gloves. We can now remove the adapter from the low pressure side and the high pressure side. Remember to unscrew the screw valve completely before you pull out that collar from the system. Most leaks typically come from the Schrader valves. Replacing the core is probably the easiest thing you can do, so we'll do that now. We can now use a Schrader valve core remover tool. It has a notched tip so it can remove the core. We use it like a screwdriver to completely remove the core of the Schrader valve, and also with some help from a set of needle nose pliers. Now we can take some of this AC leak detection dye for future leak detection. We pour about 1/8 of an ounce into the low pressure side with the aid of a funnel. Pour it in slowly, making sure not to spill it. Now we can install a new core and tighten it using that tool. This tool is a built-in torque wrench, so tighten it until it clicks. We can reinstall the adapter back onto the low pressure side and open it back up by rotating the screw valve clockwise. To remove the high pressure side, we're going to need another specialty tool. The cores are not the same between the high pressure side and low pressure side, and this kit does have both along with the tool. So we remove and replace the core in the Schrader valve, and then reinstall the adapter and open it back up. I just want to take a quick second to talk about this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by me, K-Flow. Make sure you check out my website, www.kflow-crib.com. I have a bunch of great free resources, including a maintenance schedule, as well as an alignment spreadsheet for getting your wheels aligned. So make sure you check that out. Also, all of the links to the materials used here and other videos will be on that site as well. Now, we're going to need a vacuum pump. This can be rented from your local auto parts store for free as well. We hook up the yellow hose directly into the vacuum pump as you see here. You can then open up the two valves on the manifold itself and turn the vacuum pump on. We let the pump run for a few minutes until it pulls enough vacuum. As you see here, it's pulling roughly 25 inches of mercury on the low pressure side. So we can close the valve and turn off the pump and let it set for about an hour.
1 hour later.
Now we're back. The gauge hasn't changed, so that means we know that there's no leaks in the system. So we can open up the valves again and let the vacuum pump run for about 40 minutes.
Many tic-tacs later.
We can close the valves on the manifold and remove the yellow hose from the vacuum pump. We can also disconnect the high pressure side. Now we can work on refilling the system. The amount of refrigerant is located under the hood, right on top of the radiator, as you see here. It states that the maximum amount of refrigerant by weight is 1.39 pounds, which is roughly 22 ounces. The refrigerant I'm using is the stop leak refrigerant. It has 11.7 ounces of refrigerant and 0.3 ounces of the conditioner to condition the O-rings to prevent further leaks. To meet the 22 ounces of the maximum refrigerant, we're going to need to use 2 cans of refrigerant. So 1 full can and 10 ounces from the second can. At this point, we're going to need a can tap. We make sure we back the valve all the way back so that the piercing needle is pulled completely in. We screw on the refrigerant can onto the can tap and connect the can tap to the yellow hose of the manifold. We can now fully close the can tap and then fully open it. Next, we purge the line by opening the purge valve core in the middle of the manifold using a small screwdriver or needle nose pliers to push on the Schrader valve until we see a smoke of refrigerant shoot out. We close the purge valve, turn on the truck, and turn on the AC to maximum. We can open up the low pressure side of the manifold, and we'll see in the sight glass that the refrigerant is flowing through the system. We'll also see the needle shoot up now that there's pressure on that side of the system. You will also notice that the compressor will kick on and the clutch will engage and spin the compressor. Continuously shake the can as the refrigerant is sucked into the system until the can is completely empty. Once the can is empty, make sure that the manifold is closed before replacing the can. With the second can, we do the same thing and install the tap and purge the line once the new can has been tapped. We use a kitchen scale and measure the can's weight, and we allow refrigerant into the system until we've used up 10 ounces of the can so that the refrigerant is fully topped off. Finally, the work is complete and we can now close the manifold, back off the screw valve, and remove the adapter. With a handheld infrared thermometer, the temperature on the output of the vents of the AC system now shows as 50s and the AC is blowing ice cold. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. If you have any requests for future Tacoma videos, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.